All right, so for our video today, we're going to talk about our calcium and our smooth muscle. So to begin, this is just a really good comparison table between our smooth muscle versus our skeletal muscle. So this can help you kind of on your own to review, but today we're going to talk about our smooth muscle. So just to review, our skeletal muscle, this is our skeletal, has that sarcoplasmic reticulum down here. That's where it stores the calcium. So to go down here to our big diagram. So this diagram is what we're going to focus on. So to start up here, we're going to talk about how it has no widespread sarcoplasmic reticulum and no T-tubule system. So that's very different from our skeletal muscle. So that's why our plasma membrane sits close to the sarcoplasmic reticulum. We see how there's not much of a gap over here, and that's why, so we can get that calcium out. So the first thing that we're going to take note of is our VDCC. This is a unique feature of smooth muscle cells and a unique pathway to get calcium into the cell. And that's from the extracellular fluid. So to start, our voltage gated calcium plus channel opens. And this allows an influx, which is kind of positive feedback. So influx, or that positive feedback, calcium brings in more calcium. So then once we have this type of calcium in the cell, this kind of takes us back to our sarcoplasmic reticulum when the skeletal muscle cells. So we just kind of went through this pathway right here when our calcium gets into the cell. Now we're going to talk about this pathway with our calcium-initiated calcium release. So how that happens is the calcium that this voltage gated brings in goes down here, and it's going to bind to channels on our sarcoplasmic reticulum or our ryanodine receptors. So it's going to bind to ryanodine receptors. Once it binds to that, it allows calcium from the sarcoplasmic reticulum. So this whole thing is called CICR, which is also this pathway. So then there is one more pathway, which is
this pathway over here. And this pathway over here is called our G protein coupled receptor.
That some type of stimulus is going to bind, our A is going to bind, and it's going to cause a release of IP3. So release of IP3. And our release of IP3, so that's going to bind to the sarcoplasmic reticulum, which, as we know, is then going to increase the calcium inside the cell. So there's three main ways: our VDCC, I'll draw this in a different color here, our VDCC, our CICR, and our G-coupled protein receptor. And those are the ways that our calcium is going to enter our smooth muscles.